On this episode of Scotty's Garage, we're going to finish off our CNC plasma table. Hey guys, so for the last few months I've been building my CNC plasma table using plans from JD's Garage, who are YouTubers from Canada. They came up for the plans for this table. I bought them off the internet, thought I'll give this a crack. And well, you know, it's come out all right, not too bad. It's not quite finished, but it's getting pretty close. The plans are pretty comprehensive. There's a few gaps in there that you've got to kind of fill in the blanks, but most of it, especially the hard stuff, is laid out for you in such a way that, you know, if you've got half a brain, you can work it out. So we've built it all, from the frame to the motors, the 3D printed parts, even the electronic control box down the other side, build it from scratch, you know. So it is a project that will test you. It'll test every part of your ability, from just general metalwork through to designing and adapting things and just 3D printing stuff and having it come out, you know, in a usable fashion. And then the electronics and wiring stuff is where a lot of people are going to struggle, all right? Took me like a bit to get through it, and I've got, you know, experience in this field. So not in the CNC field, but in, you know, wiring and telecommunications and stuff like that. So yeah, some of it people are going to struggle with. Is it as hard as building an engine loom for a car? It's up there. So think of it that way. And I've built a few engine looms. So yeah. But anyway, we are getting close. So what we've been doing is we've been building our Z-axis. So that is the torch height control for here. And then we've started building our slats and stuff for the water table. So, you know, we've got somewhere to lay our steel onto, and it can cut, and it's kind of a sacrificial piece that sits in the water, and, you know, it will get burnt by the plasma cutter, but, you know, it'll last a while too. So just been down to Bunnings for some steel, and we're going to do that in a sec. I'll show you what's involved, but let's go have a look at our Z-axis, and I'll show you what I've been doing with that. So this is the Z-axis. It's made up of 3D parts and some steel parts as well. So they give you a DXF file for plasma cutting in there. So if you were, say, to set it up for X and Y, you can, like, we could run the table as it is, just in X and Y fashion, just cut a flat piece out and manually set the torch height. This allows you to set up the torch height in the G-code and let it do it all automatically. So what I've done there is I've got the DXF file from the plans, taken it over to my mate Adam at MPW, and just thrown it into his computer. It's zapped out this little plate. It's amazing how quick it happens. And this is why I want a plasma cutter, because I want to be able to, you know, just design parts and then go, you know, let's go cut this out, throw it on the table. Bzz, bzz, bzz. I've got a plate, you know, to make mounts or any of that sort of stuff. So yeah, they're pretty cool. So anyway, so thanks to the boys at MPW for allowing me to cut that part out on their table. And then these parts are just 3D printed plastic using the plans from JD's Garage. It has limiter switches for up and down. You can see there. And then it has a lead screw motor. So this is a little stepper motor up here. It has a lead screw built into it. And basically when the screw turns, it's a little bit hard to turn with all the stuff on the road, but basically you turn the motor, it's on this little brass bushing in here, and basically it'll go up and down based off of that. So yeah, the torch itself, there'll be an aluminium bar that sits in there with a ring on it, and the torch will be held into the ring, and that'll just go up and down as required by the G-code. So yeah, this itself will bolt onto the X-axis arm here. So basically that's going to sit on there like so. And then obviously we're going to have wiring go up along with this one. And yeah, it will ride around on the X and Y axis and lift the torch up and down as required. And we'll have also another lead that goes off to the plasma cutter to control the torch on and off. But anyway, we're pretty close to bolting that on. It's looking pretty good. And as I mentioned before, the other part that we need to do is the slats in the bed for our material to sit on and allow us to cut it out. So I've been down to Bunnings and got some steel. This stuff is galvanized coated. I don't really need it to be galvanized, but it's all they had in that sort of size tube. So wanted that. And then these slats are just a little bit, actually they're a bit thinner than I probably should have went for. I should have went something a little bit thicker, but they'll definitely be usable. And the problem, I would have liked to have made them longer. So these are 666 millimeters long. The reason for that is the length of steel only came in 2 meters. So I could go out to 750, which is the length I really should have done them to, but I would have only got 2 pieces for every length of steel. This way I get 3 pieces out of every length. So that means I'll have 15 slats going that way, 50 mil apart. I'm just going to tack weld them in place, try and get them all up as level as I can because we want it nice and level. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. If it turns into a great shit fight, then maybe we'll have to look at a different way of doing it. But I'm looking at the easiest way to get from point A to point B, which I think is just tack these on there. Sure, it'd be nice to have all nice interconnecting cuts and that sort of thing, but kind of need a plasma cutter to do that. Anyway, let's get to welding. So we've got our welding table set up, got our 2 bars there, and we've got 15 of these slats to weld onto them. I've got these 2 equal length pieces of steel separating the 2 bars. I've got it clamped down to the table. I've got my 90-degree magnets there. So we'll weld this one into place, and then we'll move that bar and then put the next one 50 mil away, 50 mil away, and then keep going 50 mil away until we run out of slats, basically. So I've got it pretty even across the 2 bars. As long as we end up with a nice flat surface across the thing, that's what we're looking for. Not looking for perfect angles in that direction, just as long as the thing's flat. So let's fire up the welder and start burning some steel in. Welding galvanized steel is always a bit of fun, but it's not too bad. All right, next slat. Okay, so it's not perfect, but looks pretty good, and it'll definitely get us started. I do wonder if it is the right way to go with welding it, because welding obviously pulls the long bars up like that at the ends, although there's not a lot of movement there. Let's see what a sheet looks like. So this was a 500 by 500 square sheet. I guess we'll just have to put a spirit level over that, or even just do a probe test when we get our Z-axis on there. So, but still, she's getting pretty close to being usable. All right, so next up, let's get our Z-axis on that. Set up we've got to make our torch holder. But yeah, we're not too far away. It's getting pretty late in the day. I think I'll pack up and have dinner, but tomorrow we might be firing this thing up. That's the plan anyway. Alrighty. I think that's been a pretty good day's work. So we're getting there with the table. Unfortunately, we've just hit a bit of a hurdle. Another one. So I've been on Alex duties today, so I haven't been able to get out here until now, basically. I've got my Z-axis mounted on the X-axis, so the torch will be attached in there. I'll have to make some adjustments here, but basically that slides up and down. It activates the probe sensor. It's all good. I was wiring up this little stepper lead screw. However, the wires are so thin that they don't work with the connector I have. I've been using these DT style connectors, Deutsch connectors, and they're for more like, 14 to 20 gauge, and this stuff's like 24 to 26 gauge. It's really thin. It is very thin wire. So I'm going to have to come up with a different plug. And of course, it's Sunday afternoon, 5 p.m. So nothing's open except Bunnings, which isn't going to have what I need. So we're kind of at a impasse right now. Plus I am missing some other wire for the wire that I need for this probe switch and stuff like that. I've run out of the 2-core shielded stuff, so I have to get some more of that. But we're getting really close, and it's really frustrating to me that, we're at this point and I can't go any further. I really want to get this done. I want to get it done for me personally, so I can use the bloody thing, but also want to get it done so I can stop subjecting you guys to my personal pet project, which is this, and get back onto the cars like 12s for 2K and get, back into the wagon and into the Volvo and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't want to stop a project undone. I want to finish this, and we are so close. I'm going to finish this, get it working so I can make parts for these cars. But yeah, it's kind of beat me today, well, this weekend. It's been a miserable weekend, I've got to say. This is the first bit of sunshine we've had all weekend, really. I mean, we had a little bit yesterday, but just generally it's rained a lot this weekend. A lot. We've had something like, 30 to 40 mil of rain this weekend. So, yeah. It's very annoying. Where's this summer we were promised? I mean, it's summer next week. And it's been the wettest spring I've ever experienced down here. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough about me whinging about the weather. So I guess I'd like to just save this footage and combine it into another video and make it one big video. Except YouTube doesn't work that way. YouTube likes consistency and rewards consistency. So I kind of need to put the video up this week. So I'll go with what I've got. We'll put it up. And next weekend, I'll come back. We'll get this wired. the limiter switch stuff wired, hook up the plasma torch, put some coolant or some sort of anti-rusty fluid in this thing, slide some G-code into it, and give it a test run. It is that close. We really are that close. Really frustrating. But anyway, you'll see it all next week on Scotty's Garage.